Hello! This time we're going to have a bit of a update video to show you what's happening with all my plants, or at least some of my plants, because that's the nice thing about plants as a hobby. There's always something happening, even if you don't pay attention to it. So, in the back you can see my coffee plants. They're 4 coffee plants. They came in like a little coffee cup it had like 12 plants in it, so I had to put them apart immediately, and some of them I gave away and these 4 stayed here. As you can see, they're growing quite well. 2 of them have a bit of a lean, but that doesn't really matter. On the right side, you might have seen it already, is one of my tomato plants. It's a little like yellow bush tomato sort of thing. Stays rather small, and I've cut this one back twice now. I thought about throwing it out because of spider mites, but I seem to have gotten rid of them. So it's still here. One of them sadly broke off while handling it once I had to. But as with everything grown indoor, it sort of gets a little bit of spindly and weak because it doesn't have to brace against wind or something like that. Okay, stuff that I had repotted before. This little citrus plant, still alive, still some tiny leaves on there, so it's not dead yet. I hope it's going to come back. The other one is doing rather well. As you can see, it has like 4 stems, new growth coming up. Doing pretty well. I don't know which plant exactly it is. It has like... was this the one with the spikes? I'm not sure anymore. But anyway, I've planted so many lemon, lime, whatever seeds over the time. I can't really keep track of what I've planted. But yeah, this one seems to be doing rather well. Just randomly laying around, I have this, which I should put into a pot at some point. And also randomly lying around, I have these yellow stickers just lying on the ground here, and you can see the amount of like little critters that crawl around in between the plants. Another one I repotted into this mineral soil is this jalapeno plant. As you can see, 2 fruits already on there, just finished blooming, more fruits coming, so it's doing rather well. And as you can see, I like these translucent pots so you can look at the roots. Those yellow beads in there are the fertilizer that comes in this soil, and it has already grown out of the bottom. One thing that I use a lot for starting seeds and putting random seeds in is this little takeaway food container, which has I think it's a chili growing out of it, which is rather strange because the last chilies I planted in there, one of them is already like this. I had actually 3 of those. One I gave away and 2 of them I still have. It's like a decorative pepper sort of thing. But grows like crazy. Very nice. You can also have a look at the roots back there, and as seems to happen a lot with this soil that I have right now, fungus in it. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm not quite sure which one this is going to be. More chilies. This is the oldest chili I have, which is 1.5, almost 2 years old now. Which is a normal chili. I know it looks like a small variant like this, but it's been cut down, cut back several times, so it's almost like a bonsai. As you can see, 2 nice fruits on there. I've used the third one that was on here already. This one has sort of grown over the top of the other ones. But yeah, also a rather dependable plant. You cut it back, it grows, gets flowers, fruits. The second one of those mini chilies that I have is this little one, which sprouted later than the other two, so I've kept it in this tiny little pot because frankly I think it looks cute. Then 2 of my pomegranate plants, which I took out of the soil because they looked rather sorry, and just put them in some water to see if they're going to come back. But yeah, there's still green bits on them, so I'm hopeful. One of my physalis plants, as you can see, this one has been cut back because it almost approached a meter already and was becoming rather wobbly. And I have another one that I'm going to show you later, maybe, that's way bigger than this. I had 2 of these, well actually 3. One fell out the window, and this one that's a bit smaller, and the bigger one. I doubt that they're ever going to get fruits indoors, but I like to keep them around. This one I think is knife mango, or how is it also called? The longer yellow mangoes. As you can see, has some fresh new leaves. The old leaves getting a bit brown and wrinkly. This always happens with mangoes and some other tropical plants that I keep. I don't know if it's the humidity or too much fertilizer in the soil. I don't really know, but they usually keep sprouting new leaves and then the old ones get like this. The second jalapeno plant that I repotted, this one grew a bit slower, a bit bigger leaves than the other one, and but as you can see, there are flowers coming out. Also nice roots, haven't come out of the bottom quite yet. This is the third avocado plant I think I'm growing. The other 2 died before. As you can see, also with this it's the same problem. The leaves get brown. It keeps making new leaves, but the old ones always get brown like this. I was hoping this one was going to be different, but it's starting the same thing. Needs to be repotted. Roots are bunching up in the bottom here. Focus. This one, it's not a lychee, although it looks like one. It's sort of a similar fruit that's sort of brownish yellow in color. I think it's called a dragon eye fruit. And it's a plant that I'm very careful with, because I had 3 lychees and 3 of these, and this is the only one left. They seem to be very they don't really like root pruning, is what I found out, and they're very finicky, it seems. I might try putting this one into the other substrate too. Here is the tamarind that I've put into this new substrate that I'm trying out. Leaves are still green, they're still working, they're still doing their thing of closing up during the night. Something happened in here where I suddenly had like 2,500 microsiemens in the soil. So way too much fertilizer. I don't know if I watered it with the wrong water once or what, but I've been washing it through every now and then to reduce that, and the plant seems to be alive still. The other, can't see anything, the other tamarind that I have, which grows very well, also a candidate for the other soil, because there's just loads of fungus in here. Doesn't seem to do it any harm though. And I should put the camera further away maybe. Here is the plant that me and my girlfriend are most proud of for keeping alive for almost 2 years now. This is, I think, the first mango I've planted, just a normal mango. As you can see, quite a nice size tree. It lives in the bedroom by the window, and as such, when the window is open and it gets cold, the fresh new leaves fall off, so it gets this kind of thing going on every now and then. I think you can also see it in here somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, in this section. It was last winter. So I've put it back in here underneath the plant lights. Anything else? I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this right now without banging into everything. I have to fold up the tripod a bit. The pitcher plant is doing rather well, and there's something coming out down there, which, if it is like a second trunk or a new plant. Probably going to cut this one back because it's getting rather unwieldy. And if I can maneuver myself around here. Without banging into anything, which I'm already doing. This is my second Physalis plant. I've cut it back a while ago because it was getting like to 1.50 meters or something in height. Comes out quite nicely. I put it into a bigger pot because it tended to fall over. But yeah, it's possible to keep it indoors, although as I said, I doubt that it's going to get any fruits in here. But yeah, just a little update on how all this stuff is coming along.